In 1697, the publication of the secret Commonwealth of Elves, Fauns and Faeries, written and collated and researched by the Reverend Robert Kirk, took the Highland communities by storm. It was something that indicated that there were a vast depth in folklore, a vast amount of stories which were readily available amongst members of the public. The Reverend Robert Kirk, in publishing The Secret Commonwealth of Elves, Fauns and Faeries, had exposed the strange goings-on of the non-human beings that stayed in and under the hills, perhaps in the dimensions next to us. The Reverend Kirk would walk from his churchyard at Aberfoyle through the fields and climb up Doune Hill, where he would meet the fairy folk, discover all their secrets, how they dematerialized and how they got new bodies, and he would learn all about changelings and how they would abduct people and things like that. And he wrote of this in, it's all freely available today, The Secret Commonwealth of Elves, Fauns and Faeries. The Reverend Robert Kirk was found one day, after having angered the fairies. He was found on Doune Hill, half dead, and he was brought home and he died shortly after. People say that he was completely abducted and they left a changeling in his place who would then die and perish. Apparently the Reverend Robert Kirk was imprisoned in the big pine tree on the top of Doune Hill by the fairies. But those are the stories. 1697, the 17th century, the Reverend Robert Kirk represents the very, very first exopolitics disclosure person. And the disclosure of the secret Commonwealth of Elves, Fauns and Faeries resulted in the loss of life of the Reverend Robert Kirk, one of the first genuine martyrs of the exopolitics movement.